to put my glasses on and get set up. We're going to be just running around again while we chat. Also, I checked the VOD and the audio ducking sounds like it's working really well, so I'm really happy about that. I thought I was going to have to do a hell of a lot of messing around with this, and apparently I don't. 4 hours. Nice, Wolfer. Been back watching some of the earlier Death Stranding VODs while I do stuff around the house. The episode on naked therapy was pretty good. I know. I got pretty worked up about it, Skog. Thanksgiving is always tough due to my brother's suicide 4 years ago. Not trying to bring the stream... Zach, it's totally okay. You can talk about it. Not trying to bring the stream to... I can't express how that I'm upset to anyone. I always drink heavily around this time of year, so that doesn't help either. Your stream helps a lot since I can just express it, so thanks a million. Hey, Zach, you don't got to apologize for being negative, dude. It's what we're here for. However any of you are feeling, you can bring it here, and it's all right. It's accepted. I can imagine it makes this time of year really tough, so I appreciate that you're comfortable to share that with us. And hopefully hanging out here helps a little bit. Sounds like it does. But yeah, these holidays are rough for people for a whole variety of reasons. That's pretty cool, Dee. Do you think she'll use that at some point if she decides that that's something she's interested in? You haven't missed anything yet, Playful. I got to unless you weren't here yesterday. I don't think you were here yesterday. I got to a weather station. Speaking of holidays, look at this.
What could it be?
I have not played Frostpunk Kilroy, no. A few people have been mentioning it to me, though. So the more people keep mentioning it to me, the more I'm interested in looking at it. Yeah, Matt, it's not actually therapy. It's just somebody who is basically a cam model who says they do therapy and they take their clothes off while they do it, which they even acknowledge would be unethical to do if they were actually a therapist. Hey, Jay. I hope you're doing well. I didn't do anything. I have a total of 4 miles in the past 4 months, but I killed it. The weather really kept me in the zone. Felt great the whole time. That is awesome, Nix. Congratulations for getting that done. Really sad, just feeling really detached, trying to process some confusing thoughts and feelings. It's seriously, you guys, if any of you are feeling weird this time of year, just know that you are not alone. This is a weird time of year for a lot of people. The gap between Thanksgiving and like the December holidays, it stirs up a lot for people. Understandably so. So remember, don't be hard on yourself if you're feeling down this time of year. It's totally common.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, because we get to watch our BB's dad be Santa, apparently. So I've come to terms with the fact that me being jealous in the relationship with my ex is a factor to play in her leaving me. But all's well, been playing BO2 and Forager, and that has distracted my mind. Hey, I'm glad you were able to find some level of understanding in that, Assassin Man. I wasn't feeling weird till this guy started talking to the baby in the womb. Yeah, right, Chico. Now you feeling nice and weird? All right, here we go. Looking good. I actually... Oh wow, a lot of people returned my cargo. That's cool. So I don't actually even know what's coming up next. All I know is that I've got some weather materials stuff that I got to deliver. So I'm going to go back up there and grab it, and we'll see what's going on here. Work was rough Friday and Saturday, and then today I just slept a ton. I just feel like my entire sense of who I am is so fractured because of multiple events in my life, and now I'm trying to piece things together, and it's so confusing. That can be a really tough thing to do, Staircase, especially on your own. Which VOD? Wait, which VOD? The Naked Therapy VOD, Playful? Which VOD are you talking about? Or are you talking about the VOD that you sent me?
You never give up, do you? Good.
Dude, Sean, thanks, buddy. I actually just realized that I don't have that soundboard plugged in on the PS4 setting on my Go XLR, so I can't play that. Otherwise, I would. But thanks for the Prime sub, man. 14 months. We get a shot. That Sean H, by the way, he's the one who puts together all the production value of this stream. So he deserves all the credit for why this stream looks the way that it does and runs as smoothly as it does. Have a good stream, buddy. Glad to see you doing well. I'm going to head out. Hey, that's what I'm here for, Zach. Have a good night. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Skog, that is not my voice. That is the Drifter from Destiny. Oh my God, this is a long trip we got ahead of us, guys. But we're gonna make it. I actually think I'm gonna do it. I don't think I'm gonna take... Yeah, no. Not gonna do that. We're going for it. We're gonna take a nice long journey while we chat today. Oh my God, the two check. Oh, Kilroy, thanks for shouting out Sean, who never streams. That's hilarious. I love it. Oh my God. Usually I'm feeling weird myself this time of year, but can't help but to smile right now. Didn't think another person can help me be much better at work, being a better man. Weekend was good. That's awesome, Jay. Does this game have an ending? It does, Titan, but I'm a long way away from it. Because I've been working hard on making lots of deliveries instead of finishing the game. I can't even follow people. Twitch, I don't know what happened with Twitch, but Twitch's interface has been really goofy. Like, I don't like that I can't see other people's who other people follow. Why on earth did they get rid of that? Do you guys know why that happened? Because seriously, I used to click on friends or followers to see who else they follow, and I would discover people, and now that's just like straight up gone, which is insane. All right, we're going on a straight line. What do you think about the habit of talking to yourself? I tend to do a fair amount. I've always felt somewhat self-conscious about it, even when it's just me in the house. What do I think about it? Skog, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, we technically talk to ourselves in our head, right? So if you do it out loud, I don't think it's that weird. I do it sometimes too. Not all the time, but... What's your opinion on Bigfoot? I don't know, Titan. As far... I mean, I tend not to believe in the supernatural shit like that. I hope you stick with this game to the end. I very much intend to, Anthony. I will be sticking with it all the way through because I love it.
Predicting the weather is akin to predicting the future.
But yeah, talking to yourself, I've never found that to be weird.
Sixth sense that helps them to avoid danger, but we have something far better: the ability to gather data and act accordingly.
Oh, we are scientists.
Only humans possess this power to plan ahead.
Depends on the person, Titan. Could be hallucination.
Imagining what tomorrow will be like. And our imagination once gave rise
Could
to
be that a person sees something and just processes it as being something else.
Somewhere along the line, we lost
Depends on the
sight of
person.
tomorrow. We reduced ourselves to animals, focused only on the here and now.
That's interesting, Skog. I mean, there's all sorts of reasons why people talk to themselves. You know, if it's to disrupt a thought pattern, if it's to hear yourself say it out loud so that you can process it more easily. I mean, also, can we just talk about for a second how absolutely gorgeous this is? My God. I have crossed the PC side, by the way. Building my first PC this week. Nice, dude. I'm excited for you, Matt. That's exciting stuff. This is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my God.
Nice.
This makes me want to go to Iceland. I don't know about you guys. You see my post on motivation in the support chat channel? I saw it and I read it once. I don't remember it well enough to comment on it, but I can look at it really quick. Yeah, I just reread it. It's an interesting perspective. Reminds me of Red Dead Redemption 2. I haven't played it, but I could imagine it does. I've heard that game's absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, we get more music. Yeah, me too, Bonnie. Oh, and then the music is just everything about it. It's so great. I get why some people don't like it, but I love it. What's up, Yuri? It's going really well. How are you doing? Have your VODs been getting muted because of the game, though? Not that I've seen, Skog. Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about, yeah, Hoffman, like, I think it's interesting the way that you delineated external versus internal motivation. Like, I mean, you're basically talking about how to internally motivate yourself versus being motivated by outside factors. Some people are more motivated by the external. Some people are more motivated by the internal. I think it's a delicate balance of both in order for us to be healthy. Yeah, I thought it was interesting the way that you explained that. Yeah, I would say it is Titan for the most part. If you're talking about the cliche version of it. Been up most of the night, but feel okay. The bonus is I catch the stream at 6 a.m. for me. Well, good morning to you, Yuri. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad all of you are here today. I feel like I've spent a lot of my life defining myself based on other people, so it's really hard now in my 30s to be like having to try to figure all this shit out all over again, and particularly because part of my trauma leads me to feel like my emotions and expressing them is a manipulative act. Yeah, that sounds tough. I mean, identity is so much more complex than we talk about it. Like, and then how you see it discussed in general. Like, identity, like, it's the sense of who I am. There are so many different theories about what our identity is. You know, I always find it interesting that when we talk about, oh yeah, there's parts of me that are doing this, and there's sometimes where I think about that, and I'm trying to decide what pieces of my identity I want to put together, right? That ultimately, there are some that would say that who you are is the essence of the thing that is choosing the parts to put together and attend to as part of the identity. So it's not that our identity is so much all of the parts that we're made of, it's the conductor of that orchestra, the one that, it's the core thing that decides which aspects of self, what behaviors to engage in, what thoughts to attend to, the thing that engages in metacognition, which is thinking about thinking. Like, identity is so fascinating to me in terms of, some people like to think of it as being something solid, that you get your identity and then you have it and then you hold it for your entire life. It's just a matter of figuring it out. Other people see it as this fluid thing that it comes and goes based on different inputs from the environment. Why the hell did I just yell that? I feel like I'm in mule territory. I'm kind of nervous. So, anyway. The reason I'm asking is because people keep telling me to man up over various political views and debating politics with people. Well, I mean, manning up means different things to different people. But yeah, I mean, the idea of like manning up get stronger. I mean, come on. Yeah, Wolfer, I can imagine. That would definitely complicate things. It was very cool to hear you talk about identity while that song played. Cool. It was fun. Oh God. Oh God. Stay hidden. Stay hidden. Stay hidden. Stay hidden. Run, 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 run. Do they know I'm here? Oh god, oh god. Hi, Lemon. Metacognition sounds recursive when I find super interesting. What would you call thinking about metacognition? It's just another form of metacognition, Matt. I don't know that it's one of those things where there's like 1,000 layers to it. Oh god. Oh god. We're gonna talk about metacognition while I run through this wheat. Ooh. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. There are so many mules. Keep running. How does one man up when it comes to politics? Yeah, I don't quite understand that either. Yeah, external motivation for me right now is to take care of Zeph, my now wife. Internal motive. Wait, what? How long has Zeph been your wife? Okay. Internal motivation to learn as much as I can to help others in the future. I don't know. Goals shift now and again. Yes, they do. Goals shift, our identity shifts, what we care about shifts. There's so many things. There's so many aspects of what it is to be human that shift over time. That trying to lock down one specific identity or conviction or whatnot is usually not useful because of how contextual it is. Still think the mules are secretly the good guys? I actually do, Skog. I haven't wavered off of that yet. No, sorry, Titan. I still have not watched that video. If I ever get a car, I want that horn. You should absolutely make sure you install it on it. As of a few hours ago? As of a few hours ago? Are you kidding me, Jay? Yo. Cheers. Happy marriage. That's awesome. I wish the best to you two. I hope you have a wonderful life together and that you know, put all the work and love and everything that's required into a marriage and that you both bear the fruits of that. Congratulations. That's so awesome. Way to just like subtly drop that in, man.
Always like that.
That is awesome. Thanks for sharing. That's so cool. Alright, where am I? Oh shit. I'm so close. That was not as long of a trip as I thought that was going to be. He said it earlier in chat. Oh, I missed it.
Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Don't miss your wedding right now on our account. What did you guys do, Jay? Did you guys just like go to the courthouse? Did you have a ceremony? Like, what'd you do? She's worth it? I would imagine so. Why is your hat on the wrong way? Chico, I wish I could turn it around. I wish so badly I could turn it around and wear it backwards, but no can do. This is just gorgeous. Oh my God. Study revealed that suppression of emotions shortens the life of someone. That actually, that actually wouldn't surprise me too much. Suppressing emotions can really be stressful. This is based off of Iceland, Skog, yes. The map is the shape of the United States, but apparently they used Iceland's topography in order to do it, so. This is based off of Iceland. Again, it makes me really want to go. I wonder if the beach is where Reykjavik is.
Ridges has always been so good to us. Amelie was a dear friend in the early days. She saw the value in what we were doing and led the effort to get our farm up and running.
It sounds like the same woman who voices Eris Morn in Destiny.
Let's have a look at that wheat you brought, shall we?
You guys hear that too? She sounded so familiar.
Did you really bring us this much? How on earth did you manage? Oh, bless you.
Or maybe it was just the cadence of the way she thought. Alright. Nice 2-star delivery. I like it. Judge, a family friend, was able to do it for us. That's so cool, Jay. It's fun. For me, I think that's super cool to have a friend be able to do that.
By the way, you wouldn't happen to know
It
Fragile.
just feels so much more personal.
If you see her, pass along a message for us.
Assassin Man, I will be on probably for another hour or so, I would guess. I'm going to go offline whenever I hit the wall.
Stepped up south north and our farm
So,
would have been wiped
I'll
out
be here
for
when you
this
get back
year.
from coffee, I would imagine.
She's a hero. And you can tell her I said so. All right, the network.
Yeah.
Think you can get us online?
Let's go ahead and make this. Let's connect you guys. Put you on the grid. Sam still, I love how they use this animation that's basically canned for this, so that Sam looks like he's confused about what's happening every single time he plugs this thing in. Be one of those things that could go on gaming details if they had like, okay, so now, like he's expecting it, so he's like not as excited about it anymore. Wait, where are we? This is basically like Oklahoma City-ish. Timefall farmers.
So, Sam, you've been run down by mules after they pinged your cargo, right?
Correct.
Well, to help prevent that from happening again, we've upgraded your own cargo scanner. Say you're about to get pinged. If you time it right, you can return the favor and cancel out their pulse with your own. They'll be none the wiser, and you can carry on without worry.
I love
Timing
that.
is everything, though.
I love it.
Thank you.
Ah, so much
Now
clearer.
start really using Timefall to our advantage. Our farm will be a world first. Truth be told, we've got some
I
test
haven't played the
fields,
game, so I have no horse in
without
this
the
race, but at
ability
the
to
same
predict
time, the Higgs
timefall,
guy
results
def seems like
may be
chaotic
less
evil.
than
Yeah, right,
stellar.
Skag? I really do think
Timefall
that
around here
the
was fairly
mules are the
regular, so
rebels.
We had a reasonable idea of when to plant and when to harvest. But then the terrorists went and threw
I was supposed to officiate my best friend's wedding, but my girlfriend at the time was extremely offended that I got ordained online in order to do it.
to predict.
I'm
And
curious
networks
about that,
forecast will
Robin.
help
What
us
was
get back
offensive
on
about
track,
that
thank
to her?
goodness. If all goes to plan, we'll be able to expand our operation.
I suppose that's
and use
fair,
Timefall
Bonnie.
to cultivate whole swaths of land. We'll continue our genetic research too, of course, and see if we can't find a way to help develop a sustainable ecosystem. Hell, maybe we'll even
Higgs
stumble
leads the
into some
mules, from what I
answers
understand.
about Timefall while we're at it.
But
We
that
got it
doesn't
working
mean
out
that,
for us.
like, what if Higgs is like Luke
Thanks
Skywalker?
again, Sam. You've given us hope for a better tomorrow. I can't wait for the harvest.
That's the way, Sam. Halfway there.
I don't know. It just seems like that would be a twist.
Huh? Well, would you look at that? You've only just brought the Timefall farm into the network, and already we've got new orders. May as well make use of the return trip.
So, Titan, I can't fight that battle for you, dude.
Access delivery terminal for further information.
I mean, you could make that argument, and if that's the argument that that person has already chosen to dig their heels into, I mean, I'm not going to get in a debate with that person. I'll just say if you are experiencing manning up as not being a particularly useful thing to hear, you also have the ability to walk away from that conversation. Oh, I got you, Robin. Okay, I suppose that makes sense. I didn't want to assume, but I figured that was what it would be. Well, yeah, red dress lady is creepy. She's my mom, but she seems like she's my sister. I don't know. You can't get a good read on that. All right, let's take on some orders. Oh, of course, we got to go back up. Fragile Timefall Porter. Deliver some beer. Wait, this is it?
Keep on keeping on.
Uh-oh. I wasn't paying enough attention there to know if there's actually something additional I'm supposed to do. But I suppose I can take on that order and go back up to that distribution center. That's what I need to do. Special beer. Let's go deliver that beer. Your local spirits delivery guy.
Order assigned.
That's a good response too, Lemon. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I do too, Yuri. It's just, you know, the thing about it right now is that nowadays, and this is normal, what people tend to do is they formulate their side of an argument, and then their entire way of orienting themselves toward the discussion is to try to pull the other person over to their side. And if you have two people that are trying to do that, that are tugging on a rope, you're just tightening a rope. You're not like actually, it just isn't a useful way to have a conversation. Like, it's hard to find discussions, particularly ones that are heated, where both people are in that discussion to listen to what the other person is saying and really hearing what's behind what it is that they're saying, and then trying to like synthesize those two things if possible, as opposed to like just trying to convince somebody of their side. Our brain doesn't like going along with that, and I don't know. It's hard to engage in conversations to listen when it's not a bi-directional thing. Quick question: why do you believe manning up is toxic? What's up, Void watching? Well, no. So manning up, I think, is toxic depending on the context that it's used in. All right. So if you're telling a person to man up and that person has agreed that that's like really useful to them, and you're like at, I don't know, like at the gym, or you use man up as this like expression of positivity or whatever, like, yeah, man, like, let's man up, come on. I don't know, like that I think is fine. I think man up is a toxic thing to say to a person when you're trying to get them to, like, if it's used dismissively or used to basically tell them that they're being weak by having some sort of like emotional experience. That somehow if it's used as a qualifier, I think that's what makes it toxic for another person's experience.
Weapons restrictions listed. Beginning scan. Scanning bridge.
I don't think I'm going to be able to go around that way. I don't really want to go through the mule territory, though, if I can avoid it.
Verifying ID.
So maybe I can try my new scanner doodad. We've lost the art of really listening to one another. It's, yeah, I mean, because that takes time, Chico. And it requires that we acknowledge that the perspective that we're bringing in isn't the whole picture. But we don't like sitting in gray areas. Our brain is not a fan of that. Try sending out a ping of your own at exactly the same time. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Keep running, Sam. Oh, not toward the camp. Oh my god. I had a regular basis tell people, hey, if you ever need to talk, I'm here. I might not have answers for you, but these are ears and they listen well. It's a great perspective to have, Robin. Oh my god, we're about to have this conversation while I am running through a mule campsite. This is just going to be a nightmare. I can already tell. Oh my god. The people I'm debating may come into the stream because I'm defending you while they were attacking your credibility. All right. So Titan, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna entertain, oh man, my fragile beer order. I'm not gonna get involved in that debate. So if people come in here wanting to have a debate, that's not what I'm here for. I don't know how to use the new upgrade though. How is manning up week? If anything, it's useful. It's one of the reasons why people are far more willing to do stuff. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, Void. You didn't time it right. I'm supposed to do it apparently as soon as they ping it, but alright, whatever. I'm out of mule territory now. I'm fine with it. Would that explain the political divide in some ways, not liking gray areas? Yes, there's a whole bunch of reasons. Well, that is a huge reason. We've been socialized to polarize in our political beliefs. It's represented as a polarization. And yeah, people don't like the tension of holding two opposing ideas at once. So they choose one. And that is literally it's just brain science. When you see the pulse coming, you need to let it almost hit you. Okay. Gotcha. At least we can outrun vehicles, apparently. Yeah, I mean, he really started to book it. Oh my god, look at this waterfall. I have a feeling I'm like way out in the booners. Or in the booners, in the boonies. Oh yeah, I am. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to climb up these ridges, I think. I gotta get this beer to the people, man. Even if we were well, I mean, it would be being taught critical thinking would help, but what would help more would be people being able to build their distress tolerance, because what you're talking about in holding two opposing ideas at once is cognitive dissonance. And if you have high distress tolerance, you're going to be able to sit with the discomfort of cognitive dissonance long enough to try to have a, I guess, a more effective approach to holding those two ideas, as opposed to just, you know, assimilating or always continually defaulting to your polarized position. So yeah, thinking about critical thinking, or being educated about critical thinking is important, but so is building distress tolerance and understanding for the fact that we will not all have the same views. There has to be some ability to coexist. So I am the Budweiser man, Skog. I don't even believe in issues being flat out black and white. There's just always a position to take when both are right, one or more or the other, and not all. Sometimes I polarize. Well, see, the thing is, like, if you drill down to it, when you're having a conversation where it seems like there are people that are polarized, I say this all the time as a therapist to couples when they get into arguments. If I sit individually with each person in a couple who is having an argument and I just listen, you will find that their perspective makes sense given their context and given the way that they have constructed it. Very rarely do people engage in a way that just absolutely doesn't make any sense and is completely random. So you're not just fighting against some surface level thing when you're having an argument with somebody. You are arguing against a pretty well thought out thought that has some level of rationality as far as that person is concerned. And if you can kind of realize that, again, that's why it helps to stop and attempt to listen so that you can understand where somebody's coming from, because you will often find that it rationally makes sense to them. It may not rationally make sense to you because you've used a different form of decision making and a different level of experience to inform your thoughts. But that's how what it is to be human. We use different levels of inductive versus deductive reasoning, and those two things clash constantly because none of us have the exact same lived experience. I have that problem. I have low distress tolerance. I get emotional very easily when people attack my views. How does one build distress tolerance? Titan, I've got a video on my YouTube all about building distress tolerance. You should totally watch it. It's all about how to build it, what it is, how to get some of that sweet, sweet distress tolerance in your life. I can't control anybody else, just my own reaction. So for me, I just let things go. I'm not into debating people. Great. Different people are different. That's okay. We deal with trouble. Sometimes we have a new job with difficult work or a class project that you don't have help with. I'm right with you on that, Void. While we can ask for help, is it just talking or complaining about it going to fix it? No. We get up ourselves and do it. Well, sure, right? Like, I mean, it makes sense. We may be able to acknowledge that a certain situation or a certain task is really difficult. We may even need to acknowledge that we could use some assistance with that task. But yeah, ultimately, if the task needs to get done, we do what we have to do to get it done. But I think that it's important to acknowledge that there are some tasks that need to be done with others and can't be done on our own. And that's kind of the complexity of that. So I'm with you on that in terms of like needing to ultimately be responsible for our behaviors and doing what we need to do to get a certain task done, especially if that task is important. Oh my God. I keep hitting that button and I keep yelling at people and I need to not do that. I really need this rain to stop. I don't want the beer to go bad. For me, I can accept that there are some people it is pointless to debate, but personally, I will not let myself be browbeaten into expressing my own views to them if I need to, even if it won't change their mind. It's fair enough, Lemon. I don't know why we have a random yelling button. That has never done anything good for me to actually hit that button. So I have no idea. That is what manning up is. It's the willingness to do something, putting aside our weakness to function. So I think the argument then that I would make there, Void, is why gender it? Like, women are just as capable of doing that as men are. Non-binary people are just as capable of doing that as men are. So I don't really understand why we've had to attach that to some sort of gender where we could just say like, hey, be accountable or step up, right? To call it manning up plays into this idea that men are somehow stronger or have more of a capability for stepping up in times of adversity than women or non-binary people do. And to me, that's a ridiculous argument. My sister has no interest in a relationship, so I realized this morning when I woke up that the branch of the family is very likely to die out. Strange thought. That is a strange thought, Bonnie. I mean, it's Titan, it's fine. I hear that all the time, dude.
You there. Bridges wants you.
I have my credentials regardless of whether people want to acknowledge them or not, or I mean, whatever. I don't care. You don't have to fight for me, dude. You really don't. That's why I always listen before opening up about anything. Being a massage therapist helps with listening. Also going to school to become a physical therapist, chiropractor, and orthopedic specialist. Having minor psychology has helped as well. I can imagine it has, Jay. I actually know somebody who went to school to become a massage therapist, did that for a long time, and then realized that they were basically a therapist but didn't have the skills for it. So then they went to school to become a actual therapist so that they could just do actual therapy instead of being a massage therapist. You do have to fight for the right to party. That's right, Llama. I mean, that's Void. I mean, that's fine. If you want to take that perspective, that's fine. I'm not really interested in arguing with you on it.
Sam.
Maybe it's a phrase that when he was negative and having a new perspective can change the meaning of the phrase. I mean, that's true too, right? It is all how we perceive stuff. I just think that pointlessly gendering things is a little bit dated. I mean, they likely had to get a bachelor's and a master's, or like a therapy vocational school. So, well, they would have had to go to school to become a massage therapist, which I don't know what the terminal degree for that is, but then they got a master's degree in couple and family therapy. The term is dated. I would agree, Hoffman. I absolutely would. What's up, Victoria? Good evening.
From the other.
What did I miss? Assassin Man, you missed me running through the rain. That's about all you missed. People aren't usually saying man up to women or non-binary people. I mean, right. You'd look ridiculous if you did that. All right, let's see. What's going on? Is he happy? Oh, he's happy. I didn't realize he was laughing. Uh-oh. My Kardashian thighs are running low on battery. Hey, we get more music. Music in this game is just... What's up, Baker? Gender is still useful unless you want to completely get rid of it and refer to someone else's sex, which blocks out trans non-binaries, then we need it. Well, yeah, of course I mean, yes, gender is important. Gender is our expression. Gender is a social or gender itself is a construct. So, I mean, I absolutely agree that we need gender. I think it's when we throw gender into things that absolutely don't need to be gendered, such as stepping up in times of adversity. That's where it's sort of odd that we have gender. So, I mean, I absolutely agree that gender is something that we should have and that we all should respect what a person's gender expression is. I'm totally on board with that. Can we talk about your character's hips? Those are some birthing hips, right? BB, it's fine, dude. Hey, buddy. Hey, it's okay. Titan, I'm not going to answer that question because it's kind of a leading question, dude. Last time I was told to man up, I told him that my idea of manning up is ignoring toxic masculinity. I like it. Pretty sure massage therapy isn't a degree, but it's really a vocational training past high school. Okay, so there we go. I clearly don't know how that works. If it's a construct, then it doesn't exist without perception. Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Clip 3 tonight so far. Thanks, D. I appreciate that, dude. Okay, so it is vocational. See? I'm learning. What's up, Uncle Bill? Yo, Uncle Bill, I saw your comment on YouTube, and I really appreciate that, dude. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to try to get a compilation of clips and do releases of that so that people don't have to go through the, I think, over 100 clips that are out there right now. If we want to treat people equally, abolish genders and refer to just factual sex, but then that denies people of their expression of gender. I don't understand why we can't just be nice to everybody and allow them to have their gender expression. Like, why set limits? It seems, it just, I don't know. Iceland must be super rocky. I believe it is. I wish there was a character creator for BB. That missed opportunity. Right? That would be really cool, Nix. I agree. All right, Hoffman. Have a good night, dude. Appreciate you being here tonight. Hello, Love Dumpling. So, Void, I get a sense you're trying to, like, kind of pick at me. So I'm going to stop engaging with you on this. I appreciate you being here and sharing your thoughts, but just giving you a heads up. Or to be able to draw a little mustache on his pod or something. Yeah, right. Any type of customization would be kind of neat. Oh no! I totally didn't see that gap. BB, I'm sorry, buddy. Oh god. I'm sorry, buddy. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. All right. All right. We're good. We're good. You know, I try not to. I remembered reading about Sheriff Joe that introduced chain gangs as a major part of his platform. One of the cases a writer mentioned was an abandoned baby that was buried. How could a mother be so cruel? Did they know that it was the mother who buried it, D? I mean, it's amazing what people are capable of. I really only did that because the algorithm favors interaction. Much as I hate YouTube contents, I try to watch all the tidbits, but it isn't enough. Yeah, see, I don't know how any of that stuff works, so it's nice to have people like you to help me out. Thank you, Victoria. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I did my best to be
Just you, yourself, and
to
me.
listen and be respectful, but here's a point. So thank you for handling that, Victoria. The important question of the day: what did we all have for dinner? We had this like paprika parmesan crusted chicken with garlic couscous and carrots. That was what Allie and I had for dinner tonight.
Sam.
What did you have for dinner, Dirt? Made by yours truly. The couscous was killer, man. Absolutely killer. I'm having McDonald's tomorrow. I'm excited. What kind of cereal you got, Matt? Hey, I got the beer delivery.
Beginning scan.
Got the beer
Scanning
delivery.
Bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear.
By the
Weapons
way,
detected.
appreciate you all being here tonight. Just wanted to say,
Cargo verified.
if you're lurking, I see you. I appreciate you being here. You're chatting. I'm glad you're chatting. I'm having fun hanging out with you guys tonight. Great conversations. It's excellent stuff. Lucky Charms. Hey, I guess that's all you really need.
Decontaminating suit.
Or
All
Assassin
clear.
Man. Lucky Charms.
Welcome,
Nice.
Sam Porter Bridges.
It doesn't look like my house. Llama, it's going to be distributed to your house. Don't you worry, man. Dropping off some high life to my folks here at the South Point. Hopefully the beer's not all shaken up. I think it is. Let's see. Let's see what they grade me. Am I a good beer salesman? Will the Miller Brewing Company hire me to deliver High Lifes? Will I be the next Miller High Life spokesperson?
Everything all right, Sam? Not seeing too much damage here.
Yeah, 17% damage. Give me an S. Give me an S. No. I will be relegated to delivering Keystones instead of Miller High Life. No. Damn. I tried, man.
I'll take care.
I tried. Oh, wow, D. That's intense, man.
Order available. Please access delivery.
That missed
terminal
gap
for
ruined it all.
information.
My entire career trajectory is destroyed now. Oh. Damn. Hold on a second. I gotta check something. Okay. All right. Sorry. What is ZD? I actually don't know what ZD is. Is that? What is? Yeah, I don't know. What is ZD? Urgent. Old component delivery to a junk dealer. Let's do it. Let's do both of them. All right, we're moving on up. Getting more on the grid. You think there's a relationship between high carb intake and low mood? I actually don't know, Lemon. I don't know enough about dietary stuff. I'm about to go get some cereal. I'm gonna be right back. I hope you don't. Well, hey, I'll probably be here, Assassin. Don't worry. It's a type of pasta. Bakes with cheese and sauce and meat if you desire. It sounds fabulous. Layered with noodles, ground turkey, spaghetti sauce, provolone mozzarella. I mean, I like all those things, so that sounds pretty fabulous.
Delivery parameters updated. Time limit set.
Oh god, I got 45 minutes. Let's roll.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
was airing out the rest of the apartment. Came out to find the cats on the highest shelves. I guess they were
Though he
cold.
calls himself a
Is it pretty cold where you're at, Bonnie?
Your
I guess you said you were freezing earlier, so.
client used to work in comms as a repairman. Could fix
All right,
anything.
here we go.
From
This
simple
seems like it's going to be
wireless terminals
treacherous.
to integral parts of the civic network.
It's always made me feel
He
better
was a
despite
good
it being
man.
pretty unhealthy.
A pleasure to
Afterwards,
deal
high
with.
carb meals made me feel like
But after
shit.
the attack near South Knox
Yeah,
City,
I honestly don't know.
not that I blame him. We gave him plenty of reason to distrust us.
Okay. No Clydesdales for me. Damn. I could use Clydesdales right now to move all this merch.
Restrictions lifted.
Although I don't have beer now. That was fun to be the beer delivery guy. I wish that guy would have had some kind of line that was like, hey man, you're really like just something that would have made me feel good about delivering beer instead of delivering all these damn resources and materials that I've been delivering this whole time. Keto is supposedly a mood lifter and gives energy. I don't think it necessarily means carbs are bad for your mood. My parents are doing the keto diet. That is like all the rage right now. Liver bubbly? Yeah. What's up, Lizard? Gut-brain connective scientists are researching is fascinating. Yes, that I agree with. I wish I was more up to date with it, but I am unfortunately not. I am going entirely the wrong way. I just need to get over these mountains. I mean, yeah, the way that it's changed my parents' diet being on keto does not sound fun. I don't feel good about this. I do not feel good about this. If I can't go up this ledge, I'm going the other way. It looks like I should be able to. My dad lost a ton of weight doing the keto diet, so I mean it worked for him. He works out and he does the keto diet. Can be healthy when not taken to extremes. There was a few cases for whom the individuals took a diet to extreme. I mean, that's usually the case with most diets, isn't it? You're not supposed to really do it in the extreme. You're supposed to just do it in a way that's actually healthy for you. Ah, here we go. What are your thoughts on CBD oils and other products? So I've seen CBD work for some people and I've seen it not work for others, which I know is pretty much a non-answer. But I mean, it's not illegal. So if it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But I have seen people where they swear up and down that CBD has changed their life and has made a huge difference for them. So, oh boy, I'm gonna have to go through these, aren't I? By the way, whenever you're climbing, going down is way worse than going up. All right, BB, nope, just chill, buddy. I'm not gonna soothe you right now. We gotta find our way down these rocks. Okay, I lied.
Just a little more.
Chill, buddy. Chill.
Okay. It's all right.
Just asking questions is a way of attempting to make wild accusations acceptable, hopefully not legally actionable, by framing them as questions rather than as statements. It shifts the burden of proof to one's opponent rather than to laboriously having to prove that all politicians are reptoid scum. One can pull out one single odd piece of evidence and force the opponent to explain why the evidence is wrong. Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. Did you just type that out yourself, Victoria, or is that copy pasted from something? That was beautifully put. The baby helps me see these things called beached things, Love Dumpling, which are, I think, dead, but they can cause me a lot of harm. So the BB gives me the ability to know when they're around. You can give me some advice on BB Bonnie. I would happily accept it. It's a big commitment, but it works. Seriously, it seems like it works for a lot of people. CBD oil has helped me with arthritis and some PTSD symptoms, but it's not like a cure-all. It just helps lessen the symptoms. I've seen a lot, like, I know for some people, what I've heard the most is that it helps them sleep. Well, I appreciate you copy-pasting that, Victoria. Have you figured out yet why you have to carry the baby? Seriously, the only thing that I know of is... Let's carry this. The only thing I know about it is that it helps me see the BTs. Good night's sleep would be so nice. You've been having a hard time sleeping, Dirt? I've tried 5 different kinds. I want a hemp farm and get some direct from them. None of them did anything for me. It seems like it's so hit or miss. Like, seriously, I know people that are like, yeah, man, CBD's where it's at. And other people are like, yeah, I tried it. It doesn't do anything for me. I rarely hear people say it was so-so. I got another monitor. Nice. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. That is helpful to know. Ooh, definitely has done nothing for my sleep. I'm slightly jealous of those whom have had a benefit from it. Man, that's a bummer, Wolfer. Ooh, can I jump this gap? I really hope I can. I have a feeling I'm about to go into mule territory, folks. Oh boy. Uh-oh. And there's strands, which means there's BTs. Oh, this is bad. Bad. I'm thinking about using some for Zeph because she has some pain issues. Also, the plan is
Brother,
on her
you're
foot.
showing them how it's done out here.
She usually uses Tiger Balm topicals paste and patch. I worry about her foot. Socks not interesting. I didn't know that it could work for something like that. Eliknor, thank you very much for the host. Good to have you in here. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god. Alien invasion while mules are attacking? Whatever will I do? How have you been, Eliknor? Yeah, I'm 100% gonna have to go for mule territory here. I don't like it. Where's the bike? I really should have grabbed it, shouldn't I have? All right, you guys think I can make this jump? Oh man, what do you think? I think I can make that. I think BB's gonna not like it though. Or I could go the long way. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, BB. Let's go. Let's slam a monster. All right, we'll get some liquid courage. We're gonna back up. Oh boy. Put your votes in now. Will my man Sam Porter Bridges make this jump? We're gonna go Air Jordan, baby. Here we go. Yeah! Yes! 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 Yeah! My man. Oh, yes. Don't you ever let anybody tell you I'm a bad postmaster. Baby didn't even cry. I'm not even worried about it. Not even worried about it. It's because I slammed that monster. I didn't even calm people live, 10 people die that thing. I just went right at it. Just attacked. What are mules? So mules are apparently these like rogue, like mercenary group type dealios. At least it seems like. I think they're probably the good guys and that I'm working for the bad guys. I could be wrong, but they're also what Derp said. Don't get cocky. Oh god. Well, it's raining and there's strands, so this is gonna be interesting. Oh no, that's making time go faster. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Run, Sam. Oh, it's getting dark. Oh. Looks like I'm on Mars. I don't think there's a day-night cycle. It's just there's a storm cycle. Or like you can be caught in storms. Please tell me I'm going the right way. Okay. Climb these hills and it should be good. And that is interesting dirt. Are ligers the same way? Does that make the mules not asses then if they're the good guys? I see what you did there, Matt. That's excellent. Hold on, BB. Hold on, buddy. Here we go. All right. Yeah, it's like being on Mars. Look how gorgeous this game. I cannot get over how gorgeous this game is.
Nice.
It's so awesome.
That's a big one.
You just play one on TV, Dirt? Can we give BB a real name? I named him Cletus, Chico. So if you want to call him Cletus, you can call him Cletus. When it comes down to CBD working or not, it has a lot to do with your body's neuron receptors, as the body receptors the chemical CBD just like it does for serotonin.
Beginning scan. Scanning.
That does not surprise me. I don't know enough about it to comment on whether that's correct or not.
Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
Probably the second one, Matt. I've never really thought that much about it. What is this? Crater Lake. I don't want to take that. Crater Lake. Somebody left a lot of shit there. Does it count for you, Llama?
Delivering cargo.
Are you serious, Victoria? I've heard that used more often than I'd like to admit, but all right, Matt. Have a good night, dude. I appreciate you being here.
All because of some terrorist nut jobs. And their buddies at Fragile fucking
Sleep well, my man.
Not to mention the Bridges assholes who had to go and kick the hornet's nest. Whatever.
Where is
Let's see
Conan?
the goods. You make good time.
Bums
Like
me
you're
out that
supposed to.
Conan's still not here.
That's your job, isn't it?
That's actually a really good question, Dirt. I think it would in certain circles. The people are apparently like underground in these buildings, love.
As far as I'm
It's
concerned,
weird for me too, because like I watch this and I'm sort of like, why don't you just come up here?
and nothing you say will convince me otherwise. So take your Cupid and fuck off.
I assumed it was a woman who said it, Victoria. Probably shouldn't have assumed
Well,
it.
okay then. Something tells me that if we want to win him over, we need to figure out what really happened to that woman in the hologram. He seems to think she died in the attack. But we checked South Knot City's records, and there's no death certificate for a woman matching her description.
Oh,
Which is
no.
why I asked Fragile to look into it.
Hey, Sam. I was looking through my old client database on the off chance I might find our mystery woman. And wouldn't you know it, a pretty close match popped up. Facial and voice. She's still alive. Our junk dealer's grieving for nothing. I doubt he'll take our word for it, though.
Gotta bring her back.
Hang on. He just posted another
Sam
order.
Porter Bridges, human
Probably
trafficker.
just trying to push our buttons. May as well check the delivery terminal and see what he wants.
Good work. New
It is a
order.
very isolating game,
Please
love.
access delivery
For
terminal
sure.
for further information.
All right. Orders for Sam. Old components. All right, so I'm going into mule territory, it seems like. We'll do it. Let's head out. Rolling out, yo. To Mars. Seriously, does this not look like Mars? I'm going up here first, though.
Just had to give yourself a challenge, huh?
Ooh, he's talking to himself. You know you like it. Oh, man.
Weapons restrictions lifted. Beginning scanning.
Oh, and there's BTs in here? Oh, God. I think she thought I had worked full-time before even earlier conversation. It seems a little odd that, but I don't know. Sorry that was said to you, Victoria. All right, Elknor. Have a good night. Thanks for being here and thanks for the host. Appreciate it.
Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
All right, Sam Porter Bridges. Let's go. Nice light rain. Let's go make the nice jog out. Work to live, not live to work.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
I mean, that's what I'm all about, Lemon. But there are some people who live to work and are okay with that. They enjoy their vocation and they feel a sense of strong pride and loyalty to what they do. And I certainly don't poo-poo that either, but I love being hourly. They're interested in you having work-life balance when they have to pay you overtime. Right, Skog? In that case, they're still working to live. Oh yeah, I guess that's okay. That's a good point, Lemon. Very good point. I will say it's a privilege to be able to live to or work to live, though. Okay. I should have charged my legs before I did this. Should I walk this desolate landscape? I love mine too, love. It's a nice feeling to like what you do and spend so much time doing. Like, I love being a therapist. I love doing this stream. It works itself out. Make a good enough living that I can live comfortably. There does become a point where those people become workaholics and not just hurt those around them, but also their own health. Yes, that is so true, Jan. Also, it's good to see you, Jan. I'm glad you're here. I loved my old job. Couldn't do it anymore, though. Yeah, I couldn't do an academic job anymore. I loved it for like 2 of the 3 years I did it. You couldn't get me back into it at this point. Now that I'm on the other side of it.
How you doing, Sam?
I used to like what I do, but I'm beyond burned out. Plus, I'm very lazy and depressed. It can be a rough cocktail. Should have changed my legs. Don't hear that every day. Look at this, like, smoldering. Good lord. I'm like half expecting to see Anakin and Obi-Wan hanging from a ledge somewhere around here. I see what you did there, Lemon.
Beginning scan. Scanning Bridges ID. Fragile.
I say, Nix, are you living somewhere around here where I'm at in the game?
All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
All right. Cargo.
Delivering cargo.
Nice.
here.
Who's this guy?
A delivery. For me?
Yeah, for you.
Man, I don't even know what to say.
Say thank you. That's all you gotta do. Just say thank you. Sam Porter Bridges, I appreciate your hard work to make my life better.
The infamous.
Have you always been a chill person, or is it something that you've had to cultivate over the years? I've always been pretty chill, Skog.
UCA is a whole other matter. So you can connect me?
It
yes?
takes a lot to rile me up.
Go ahead then.
I certainly don't get angry very often. But I would say that I was a little more high-strung back in my late teens, early 20s. I mean, I can get worked up about stuff, don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I mean, I guess chill is in the eye of the beholder, too. I know people that would tell me that I'm a pretty intense person. But in terms of, like, temperament, yeah, this is the temperament that I've had for most of my life. I was a pretty chill kid. I was pretty easygoing. My parents used to say that, like, when I was a kid, you could give me, like, one toy, and then I was good, and I wasn't really a pain in the ass. I didn't cry a lot. So.
Interesting.
Bummer, Nix. I mean, good for you, but bummer for me in my hypothetical situation where you live nearby in the game.
Take it. I insist.
That dude just give me some sunglasses? Some JF Ray-Bans? He's giving you a pair of Sam sunglasses. Well, I like my sunglasses.
So long, Sam Bridges. Thank you.
I did deliver the pickles, Anthony. I delivered those yesterday. I delivered beer a little bit earlier.
Please access delivery terminal for further.
His name is actually Sam Porter Bridges. Yes. People in this game have names that are like related to their occupation.
Good to see you, Sam. Sorry for the hassle.
Except for Die Hardman. What a name. I like this guy. He wears his hat like I do.
Excellent work.
I wish I had facial hair like that. Although I would never wear my beard that long. But if I had that 5 o'clock shadow like that guy would have if he shaved his beard, oh. Ye olde days.
Thanks for that, Sam. I expect I'll have to call you again in the future.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery.
New order available. What's my order? Oh God. Defective chiral printer cartridges. 522 kilograms? I'd have to bike that. That's a lot of likes though. Like a lot of likes. Signed photographs of movie stars. I could have the bot deliver that. I don't know that I feel comfortable with the bot delivering that. Yeah, because I don't have a bike. Like, if somebody left me a bike here, I would do it. Oh, somebody did leave me a bike. Ooh, wait a second. Are we about to do this? Look at this. Oh, baby. Yeah, I tend to be that way too, Zeph. Or Jay. Yo. Okay. Are we? Alright, we're gonna haul. I don't know if... Oh, boy. I don't know if the terrain is... Screw it. Let's do it. She's probably busy playing Stardew Valley. A lot of Stardew tonight. All right. This order involves a lot of cargo. Completing it on foot may prove difficult. Use of a floating carrier or vehicle is recommended. Accept the order. Yep, let's do it. Okay. Oh boy. I don't think this is gonna work. This is gonna be crazy. All right, hold on.
Order assigned. Delivery parameters updated. Time limit.
I really hope that this is a cargo bike. This is not a cargo bike. All right, so all right, so I got to use the sled, right? PCC. So how do I'm gonna have to make the sled, or it's on my back. Okay, hold on. Oh, of course I don't have it, so I'm gonna have to fabricate one. All right, we're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work. It's gonna happen. I'm telling you. I can't fabricate? Oh, come on. All right, we're in trouble. Because if this doesn't give me a star rating, I'm not gonna be able to do this.
Thank you for your continued support.
You're welcome. Nope, doesn't do anything. Okay. What's up, Kedislav?
Contribution.
How are you tonight, man? Oh. This is not good. Because I don't see any other vehicles. This is not the vehicle I need.
Keep on keeping on.
My motherboard died? No! I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. Alright, I'm just gonna have to entrust these for delivery to somebody else because I can't deliver this. I don't have the materials for it. We'll get somebody else to do it for me. Somebody else can be the hero. Oh. Good to see you too, Lemon. Have a great day. I've been missing my friend's horse Bailey. Riding and being in the barn has helped a lot of times of stress. Is there a way to get back with the horse, D? Like, is that something that's accessible to you? What did putting that gold stuff in the terminal thingy do? It just recovers the chiral stuff as a resource, which I need that in order to build things. At least that's my understanding of it, Victoria. Cargo's been entrusted to another player. Okay. Photographs of movie stars? Nah. Saving up for a new one with all that's been happening in my country. The dollar went up, prices are crazy. Oh man, I bet they are. Man, that sucks, Kedislav. I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. Did it just like straight up fry? Or like what happened to it? Oh, I got you, D. Okay. Sure there isn't a package with a motherboard in that amazingly big pile you carry? Right? If only there was, Kedislav, I'd deliver it to you. Hello, Smuckers. Some thermal paste got into the pins and it shorted. Oh, no. No, no, no.
Keeping on.
Oh, my God. All right, let's work our way back down to that other place. I'm feeling the wall. Hello, fellow friend. What does this do? Oh, it's a watchtower. Okay. I had know, the wall, man. The wall's brutal. I can feel it. I can feel my eyes starting to get heavy. But we'll get this done. We'll make it happen. Apparently cleaned it with the newer unused toothbrush and rubbing alcohol. Ah, no avail. God damn. That sucks too. When the Mobo goes out, the whole thing's screwed.
This looks like the way to go.
What kind of processor do you have in the board, Ketislav? Is it AMD or Intel? I'd be very sketchy about getting conductive thermal paste, and that's why. Yeah, thermal paste is no joke. i5 7500. Oh, okay. I say I have an AMD board that I would have sent you, or I would have attempted to send you, depending on the cost of shipping, but not an Intel board. Can I fabricate? What? Oh, lame. Okay. Can't remember right now, but I'll switch to AMD now. I'm looking to upgrade. I don't blame you. AMD's a hell of a lot more affordable, and they're pumping out some good stuff right now. But doesn't change that totally sucks, dude. I'm glad you're here. Wish it was under better motherboard circumstances. Okay. Car graveyard. Oh god. The yawning begins. AMD is top of CPU market again. Sure seems that way. I love my Ryzen 7 2700X in the stream PC. If you ever come to Chile, tell me so that I can get you to roleplay your Death Stranding. You got it, man. I don't know the next time I'll be in Chile, but Chile.
All weapons will be locked until
I'd love to go at some point.
all clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Do I stop now or do I do this? All right, we're going. We're going. I'm making the delivery.
Weapons
Let's go.
lifted.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I will say one of the coolest parts about streaming is knowing people now that are in different countries, so that if I ever visit them, I can just be like, hey, let me know what I need to do when I get there. I do like that. Recently, I had two things go good and one thing that's not so good going on in my life. Would you like to share, Smuckers? I'd love to hear about it if you feel comfortable sharing. You certainly don't have to, though. Also, I like how Sam can cut all of his momentum just by pulling his watch out. That's awesome. All right. Here we go. Traversing Mars. This feels like an entirely different place. Like, this seriously is so different from what is only like a couple miles away. It is cool, Skog. I mean, I've had as many as 27 different countries watching me at once, which is insane. To think that there are people on the other side of the world and we're all here. Wild, man. Like the technology behind that. Like the idea that somebody could be in Australia right now or Hawaii or Germany or whatever, and you're just like, yeah, let me go ahead and hit this button, and then all of a sudden here's this dude on my screen. People from the future even, that's right. Oh my god. This is gonna be intense. I love this. This just became Fallout. And I love it. Going straight at it, so we're good. Yeah, kid. Dinosaurs from the Not you, Uncle Bill. Of course, we're going to have to navigate some BTs while we're in here, aren't we? Wouldn't be surprised. I want to get in and get out. City. Oh boy. No problem, Jay. I hope you're successful in being able to do that. Oh boy. I don't know how much of this junk I need, but I'm gonna have to like go really fast here. This is too much rain. Took my bike for a service for 6 days, but was supposed to be a 1-day repair, then returning it and essentially won't start without lots of throttle condition. Mechanic said that when I picked it up that the exhaust valves were very loose, he had to tighten them up a bit. And when I brought the bike back on a trailer, he lied and said he never touched the exhaust valves. Oh my god. That's awful, Smuckers. I am so sorry to hear that. Oh my god. Oh, I have to carry 110. See up there. Oh, these are so intense. What's up, tree hugger? Those are BTs, by the way, for anybody who's wondering. That's what Cletus helps me find. Doing this in the rain is not great. Want to deliver these components and be done. Toss this guy on my back. Okay. I don't have any spray, so that's kind of frustrating. This is ominous territory indeed. I really don't want to have to fight with them. Oh boy. Hi. Hi, BT. Just gonna grab that. I'm gonna walk past you. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Yeah. Just gonna go over here. Okay. Oh my god. See, you know, I was tired, and then this was a nice adrenaline shot here. 60 minutes. Isn't that what I entrusted to somebody else? Go ahead and optimize this. This is already not looking great. Okay. Oh my god, you guys. Am I gonna get it? Oh my god. We're gonna go over here. I'm not even gonna mess with those guys. Why are these so scattered? I don't even know how many kilograms of this I have. So how do I get over there? Here we go. Here we go. They really did, Skog. I agree. Like, this is nerve-wracking every time I do it. Stuff's getting destroyed, though. Yes, we're out that way. Nope. I gotta go back this way. See, and like sneaking around in here is not great. There's a memory stick in here, too. good things. I'm tall. My mother's decided that the first piece of new furniture that's not a bed she's going to buy for the house we've lived in since like 99 or so is a lazy boy recliner that is the only recliner I recall sitting in where my feet are on and not hanging off. That's awesome, Smuckers. That'll feel great, I would imagine. All right, BB. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. We're gonna get away from him. What's up, Buki? Oh, man. We were just talking about the keto diet earlier. Were you here for that, or are you just coincidentally talking about the keto diet? Just arrived. Well, welcome in, Buki. It's good to see you. BB, stop crying, man. I know it's scary, but I'm gonna need you to. Oh God! No! Chill, Sam. Got it.
You've seen worse.
33 meters. Nice and easy, Sam. Nice and easy. Put this big ass box on your back. Take inventory of how many? 20, 40, 50, 60, 90. Good phone. Black Friday had $750 off a new Samsung phone. Oh man, that's killer, Smuckers. I love me a good deal. Okay. Wait, so do I have everything I need? Doesn't look like there's anything else for me to grab. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. This must be it. Oh, I've got some on my shoulders. Okay. We're going. Getting out of here. Book it. I'm thinking I'm gonna book it. Get out of this range. All right, roll. Oh God. Oh no. Run, Sam, run. Oh my God, run. Don't fall. Book it, dude. Book it. Oh. All right, Skog, have a good night. Thank you for being here. Glad all of you are here hanging with me. We did it. I'm getting the hell out of here. Woo. I'm like sweating from that. It's so intense. So I'm running in the right direction. All right. Proud of that delivery. Although we're not out of here yet. Watch me deliver this and then be like, yeah, dude, you don't have all of it. You're gonna have to go back. Book it. Yeah. Our links allowed in chat, only with permission, Smuckers. So if you're wanting to post a link, make sure you tell me what you're wanting to post, and I'll let you know if it's okay or not. What's the link?
Beginning scan. Scanning Bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked.
All right, y'all.
Cargo verified. Thank you.
Please, 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 please. Got it. Okay. Boom.
Delivering cargo.
It's a picture of a cat. All right, go ahead, Smuckers.
Look at all those moats. Packed tight,
Hey,
shiny.
glad to hear that,
You're
D.
getting
Thank you for the
paid
bits,
today.
man. I appreciate that. What's this girl doing? Is she holding a... Is that an hour? It looks like an hourglass. I'm not entirely sure why she's running around like this.
Oh, shit. You actually managed to get the goods out of there? That takes balls. And would you look at that haul?
Oh, the kitty.
Those Fragile Express goons. Let me guess. The great
What's your cat's name,
deliverer,
Smuckers?
am I right? Thought so.
Nice. I'm glad she's resting too, Jay. Give me those stars. Sweet S delivery. Yes.
You know, those ruins you went to wouldn't be ruins if Fragile hadn't fucked us over.
Ooh, see?
Bridges,
See?
too.
I knew there's something up with
All
her.
that talk of rebuilding the country, it's just stirring folks up. My girl would still be alive if it wasn't for you people.
I'm telling you, I'm
She
the
was
bad
there.
guys.
When the terrorists tried to take out South Knot, she was already dead. Because of you.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Since when do I have a phone?
He's wrong.
Oh, no.
She's
Okay.
in a shelter southeast of the ruins. Mind if I take over? If he's not coming outside, then it doesn't matter who he yells at over the wire. And I'm guessing he'll feel better taking it out on me.
Oh.
Hey, Bridges. Fragile says my girl's alive. And I'm just supposed to believe her? After what she did?
You'll believe it when I bring her back.
You're gonna need to prove it. And there's only one way out. I'll give you something to take to this woman you found. She says it's hers. You bring her back here to me. Take this with you, too. It's a skeleton I made that improves stability and mobility.
Hey.
Threw together some of the parts I've got lying around. Just so we're clear, I'm only giving it to you because I want to make abso-fucking-lutely sure you complete this delivery. If my girl's still alive, then when she sees what you're carrying, she'll want you
Yeah,
to
no
bring her.
spoilers, Smuckers.
You do right by me. I'll do right by you.